Allah, the Father, universe.
Allah, the Father, universe.
Father, love.
Father, love.
Truth. Peace.
Peace.
Freedom. And justice. Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide. And my salvation. By night. And by day. Through his holy prophet. Drew Ali. Amen. Please remain standing for the Moorish honors. First shall rise giving praise to Allah. The great God of the universe. I give honor to the last prophet in these days. Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honor to all true and divine prophets of Allah. Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, etc. I give honor to Marcus Garvey. Forerunner of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honor to the American flag, the flag of our birth, and to the Moorish flag, our decent flag, the red flag, with the 5-pointed green star in the center, 5 points representing the divine principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I give honor to our divine charter, which gives us the divine and legal right to practice and promote our religion. Unmolested. I give honor to all past supreme grand advisors and moderators of the Moorish Science of America Incorporated. In succession. Brother C. Kirkman Bay, Brother F. Nelson Bay, and Brother J. Blakely Bay. I give honor to our former Grand Sheikh and moderator past, Brother R. Loville. I give honor to our present Grand Sheikh and moderator of the Moorish Science of America Incorporated, Brother R. Jones Bay. I give honor to the assistant Grand Sheikh of the Moorish Science of America Incorporated, Brother A. Hopkins Bay. I give honor to the Grand National Chairman, who's also the Grand Sheikh here at Temple 71, Washington, D.C., Brother P. Chase. I give honor to all national officials in their office and station. Give honor to the Grand Governor of Washington, D.C., Brother H. Harris Bay, and to his assistant, Sister D. Jones Bay. I give honor to all state officials in their office and station. I give honor to all local officials in their office and station. Sheikhs and sheikesses, and divine ministers, and to all members of the Moorish Science of America Incorporated, and the Moorish Media Team, and everything the Prophet brought to it. I give honor to our class. Peace. I'll now read Salvation, Our God, Unity. The Moorish Science Temple of America, the Divine Constitution and Bylaws. Act 1. The Grand Sheikh and the Chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The Assistant Grand Sheikh is to assist the Grand Sheikh in all affairs if he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly, according to the Circle 7, and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest, because on a Friday the first man was formed in flesh, and on a Friday the first man departed out of flesh, and ascended unto his Father God Allah. For that cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must proclaim these, all members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being in Moorish America, you are a part and parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. Act 5. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and a partial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders and lasted until 1865. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and a partial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained noble Jew Ali the prophet to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a partial of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, through the guidance of his father, God Allah. Noble Drew Ali founder, Moorish American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation by night and by day through his holy prophet, Drew Ali. Amen. The Moorish Science Temple of America, mailing address, MST of A, P.O. Box 388, Greenbelt, Maryland 20768. Thus, we've had a reading from all 7 acts, divine constitution, and bylaws. We'll now have a reading from questionnaire and additional laws for the Moorish Americans by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Act 1. Grand sheikhs and governors and heads of all temples, all businesses. Each said temple must be approved by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali before acting upon by any members. Let it be finance, property, or any line of life that will cause the members to sacrifice, finance, etc., that will cause the support of any group of members. Any former officer that violates these laws is subject to be removed from his office under heavy restriction, etc., by the prophet or the grand sheikh. Act 2. All members are to attend their ad-hoc meetings and their public meetings promptly. If a member is found standing around on their meeting period, shall be fined 50 cents on the first case, and on the second, he will be fined $1, which will go on your emergency fund. If member is working, his monthly dues must be paid, and if he has money in the bank, he must subscribe for as much as he is able to the Moorish Uplifting Fund, because it takes finance to uplift the nation. Act 3. It is lawful and divine duty of every good member, if he is able in finance, to aid me in saving the nation. And if he does not, he is an enemy to the cause of uplifting his own people, and justice must catch you. Let it be he or she, according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, as I have the power invested in my hands, and I will have to enforce the law in order to save the nation. Act 4. All members, while making a public speech, must not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group, because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Act 5. All members must promptly attend their meetings and send their children to Sunday school, and the teacher must confirm himself to the questionnaire and let every member exercise his 5 senses who is able to do so, because out from your Sunday school comes the guidance of the nation. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and partial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Drew Ali the prophet to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a partial of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds filled with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet Noble Drew Ali through the guidance of his father, God Allah. Peace. Thus we had a reading from all 7 acts of questionnaire and additional laws for the Moorish Americans by the prophet Noble Drew Ali. We'll now have a reading from the Holy Koran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, divinely prepared by the noble prophet Drew Ali, by the guidance of his father God Allah, the great God of the universe. I'll read from chapter, this is going to be chapter 43. The divine instructions from the Holy Prophet. Page 53, chapter 43. Holy instructions from the Prophet, the insufficiency of knowledge. If there is anything lovely, if there is anything desirable, if there is anything within the reach of man that is worthy of praise, is it not knowledge? And yet, who is it that attaineth it? Peace. Thus we had a reading from the Holy Koran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Our Sunday school is officially open. If there is anyone downstairs, please let them come up at this time. I'd like to say Islam to all in attendance, all of our viewers, and those who are listening in. Welcome to our Sunday school. At this time, I'll call the Grand Sheik and moderator of the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated, our brother, man, and friend, for Sunday school, Brother R. Jones Bay.
It's not.
It's not.
Allah,
Father
Father,
of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Thou art my protector, my guide, and my salvation. By night and by day, through his holy prophet, Deuteronomy. Amen.
praise the Lord. Who made you?
Allah,
Who is Allah?
Allah, Father of the universe.
Can we see him?
No.
Where is the nearest place we can see him?
Allah,
Who is Noble Juali?
He is Allah's prophet.
What is a prophet?
Prophet of Allah manifested in the flesh.
What is the duty of a prophet?
Save the nation from Allah.
Who is the founder of the Maury Science Temple of America?
Noble Juali,
What year was the Maury Science Temple of America founded?
1913
Where?
AD, Newark, New Jersey.
Where was Noble Juali born?
In the state of North Carolina, 1886.
What is his nationality?
Moisture,
What is your nationality?
moisture,
Why are we Moorish American?
because we are citizens of Allah, were born in America.
For what purpose was the Maury Science Temple of America founded?
For the uplift of all humanity,
How did the prophet begin to uplift the Moorish Americans?
by teaching them to use themselves.
What is our religion?
Islamism,
Is that a new or is that the old time religion?
old time religion,
What kind of a flag is the Moorish?
is a red flag of 5 points against sunset.
What do the 5 points represent?
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
How old is our flag?
It is over 2,000 years old.
Which is our holy day?
Friday,
Why?
because Friday is the day on which man was born in flesh. Because on Friday we draw our flesh.
Who was Jesus?
He was the prophet of Allah.
Where was he born?
And Bethlehem of Judah, the house of David.
Who were his father and mother?
Joseph the Reverend.
Were you given brief the line genealogy through which Jesus came?
Some of the great fathers through which Jesus came around Abraham, Moses, by Ruth, Jesse, King David, Solomon, Hezekiah, Joseph,
Why did Allah send Jesus to this earth?
to save the Israelites from the land and the oppression of the parents and the nations who governed the world of the house of God.
How long has that been?
About 2,000 years ago,
What was the nationality of Ruth?
Ruth was Moabites.
What is the modern name for Moabite?
Moabites.
Where's the Moroccan Empire?
Northwestern Mexico.
What is the modern name for Mexico?
Africa.
What is the title given to our ruler in Morocco?
Sultan.
Where did we get the name Jesus?
From the east.
What does the name Jesus mean?
Jesus means justice.
Did the angel give to the child that was called Jesus a holy name?
Yes, we cannot be used by those who are slaves to sin.
What is an angel?
The angel of the throne of God manifested in human flesh
What are angels used for?
to carry messages for the word of God to all nations.
What is our prophet to us?
He is an angel of God who sent the message of everlasting gospel of God.
What is the everlasting gospel?
It is the saving power that comes from love to our ancient gods, past power.
What is the covenant of the great God Allah?
Honor our father and mother that they gave me on earth, and those that God.
At what age did Jesus begin to teach?
At the age of
Where did he teach?
India, Africa, and Europe,
How long did he teach?
18 years.
What did Jesus say that would make you free?
Truth.
What is truth?
Truth is all.
What is all?
All is love.
Can truth change?
Truth cannot change or aspect.
What other name do we give to truth?
Holy breath.
What have you to say about holy breath?
All we say is great, is good, it was, and is, and ever going to be. Amen.
At what place on earth was the physical part of man formed?
In the light of Eden,
Where is the Garden of Eden?
the land of Canaan, and the city of man.
What is the modern name for the Garden of Eden?
Black.
What is the name of the first physical man?
His name cannot be used only by executive rules of the AC and MSC.
What are the words of AC of the MST of A?
And that chamber of more science and more around the third heaven.
Who were Adam and Eve?
They are the mothers and fathers of the human family, and as impossible.
Where did they go?
In limitation.
What is the modern name given to their children?
Asiatics,
Who is guarding the holy city of Mecca today to keep the unbelievers away?
angels,
What is the modern name for those angels?
Asiatics.
What is the shade of their skin? Are the Moorish Americans any relation to those angels?
Yes, we all have the same father and mother.
Give 5 names that are given to the descendants of Adam and Eve.
Lucifer, Satan, devil, dragon, and that's the weak.
give our names that are given to the descendants of Adam and Eve.
Lucifer, Satan, devil, dragon, and beast.
What is the devil sometimes called?
The lower self.
How many cells are there?
2.
Name them.
Higher self, lower self.
What people represent the higher self?
Those who protect the Holy Spirit.
What people represent the lower self?
Those who cast out the Holy Spirit.
What is the higher self?
Higher self of birth, from the life.
Can the higher self pass away?
No.
Why?
Because I am.
What does the lower self breathe? What did the higher self say to the lower self at one time when he met it? What was the answer that the lower self gave to the higher self?
I'm going to go to earth, seeking my way to bow.
Okay, let's stop there for a minute.
Right.
Okay. The higher self is what? Our man. So therefore, when you hear what's being bred, you can identify who's who. Is that correct?
Yes.
So when Allah speaks to us, in what category does he speak? And what some of the categories that he speaks?
Still small voice.
He speaks in a still small voice, correct. But what are some of the categories? Justice, mercy, love, and right. So when you hear him speak, he's going to speak in a realm of justice, mercy, love, and right.
That's right.
That's one way that you're able to identify.
Right.
So now, a question was asked to the lower self, asked to the devil. The devil and who?
Man.
And man. Because the devil and man must be confronted with the higher self in man.
Yeah.
And they have a what?
Conflict.
They have a conflict, but before a conflict, they have a conversation. So the question is, have you ever heard that conversation in you?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And what have you learned from the conversation between the higher and low in you? What have you learned? What can you say, I have learned and I apply to myself? Because you know the conversation is a what?
Test.
It is a test. And it is what? Yes, it is a thought, but let me see if I can put it out like this, see if you pick it up. It is a what conflict?
Can not be told.
It is, but I'm looking for a word to see if we can.
Truth and falsehood.
It is truth and falsehood, no question.
It is a reflection
Okay,
of man.
okay, yeah, okay. What about this?
You might have to tell us.
Yeah, no, yeah, but no. Say it.
A battle.
It is a battle, but what kind of battle?
Spiritual.
It is a spiritual battle, but whatever.
A self battle.
It is a self battle, yes. It is a spiritual battle, but it's also what?
One of truth, one of false.
That's no question. You got it.
Is it a wrestle?
It's a wrestle first.
Would it be a
Internal.
thought battle?
It's eternal, no question.
Internal.
Internal, yes. No, it is internal. Yes.
Would it be a thought battle?
It is a thought battle.
Conflict.
Yes, but the word I'm looking for is continuous.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I hear that.
It's a what kind of battle? A continuous battle.
Yes, I hear that.
So it's not strange that we hear voices.
That's right.
It's not strange we hear voices. Now the question is, can I identify the one from the semblance? See, because the semblance can be made to sound like what? The truth. And we are sometimes akin to that because of our past acceptance of it. So the question becomes, what helps me to identify? When it's something over here that's saying this, that's appealing to me. And there's something over here that's saying this, that's trying to give me some instruction. Come on.
We live in two spirits. We live in a university of people that's caught up on illusion. They have not been educated about delusion. So when you acknowledge yourself in one, like me, I acknowledge myself in here. But I also realize it is a university, not a university, that's not where I'm at.
So the question is what the question is. What you got to say?
Well,
Excuse me for point.
well, the prophet gives us the key when he tells us which each one breed. He said, what do the highest self breed? You know,
Yeah.
it's the mother of virtues and the harmonies of life,
Yeah.
justice, mercy, love,
Yes,
and right.
yes, yes,
And he said, what do the lower self?
yes,
Hatred, slander, lewdness, murder,
yes,
theft, and everything
Yes.
harm.
yes,
And if it don't proceed from one of them things,
Yes.
you know,
yes,
it is what it is. They ain't but two.
yes, yes.
You know, so
Yeah.
recognition is in them things that the prophet is pointing out.
Say it again.
I said the recognition is in them things that the prophet is pointing out to us right there, how to identify each one.
Yes. Okay, come on, Mark.
I would say that you identify through your practice.
Okay,
You know, you should be able to distinguish between the two through
okay,
your practice.
okay. Yeah, you should be able to, because your practice affords you opportunity to see what?
See yourself.
Just to see it, to see the manifestation of it, meaning you see the results.
Right.
Right.
That's not.
Come on.
I was gonna say results.
Yeah.
No, before you said it, because you were
Yeah, I got
saying,
you.
how do you
Yeah,
distinguish?
yeah,
It's the results.
It's the
Because
results,
if you
yeah.
listen to the high self, you're gonna have a more favorable result.
yeah,
But if you persuade
yeah,
by the lower self
yes,
in the semblance of truth,
yeah,
sounding like it's right,
right,
and you end up somewhere other than you should be,
okay,
it's the result of listening to the lower self.
okay, 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 okay. Come on, Mark.
Islam, in the soul of man, it says the end of her search is truth.
Yes,
And also it says that she gained that truth through reason and experience.
That's right.
So like when you go through experiences,
Yes,
like experiences of the lower self,
Yeah.
experiences of the high self,
Yeah.
then once you start to become a little more wiser in life,
yeah,
you can start to rationalize between the two.
yeah,
And that was one of the important things that the prophet did when he came and brought us the gauge between which one is which. Because
Yes.
at one time I didn't know I had
Yes.
my own devil.
yes,
I always thought it was something in the brain.
yes,
But once he opened my eyes up to that it's my lower self,
yes,
now through reason and experience, now I can gauge between the two and
yes.
make a conscious decision.
Let me ask you a question. What is the experience that teaches you? What is the experience that teaches you?
Buffeting and woe.
It is buffeting and woes, no question. But what is the experience that teaches you?
The outcome.
The outcome, yes, but it's
Always
something
life.
that gets you before the outcome
Always
that teaches you.
Choice.
The lesson.
Yes, the choice, no question. No question. But listen to the question. What is it in the experience that teaches you?
What you go through.
Yes, it is what you go through. But what is it that you go through?
When you go through life, that's an experience. You know?
Yes, it is.
And you learn from that.
But what else do you learn from that's one of the master teachers?
Pain.
Right, wrong. It is all that, but it comes after the error.
Yeah.
It's a cycle.
You make errors.
Right.
That's right.
Cycle until
You hear what I'm saying? You got to make some errors to have the opportunity to be able to tell that I done made an error.
Yes.
cycle.
And then you got to look at what caused you to make the error.
So the mistakes in life.
That's right.
Yeah, I hear
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have, what do you say? To reach the highest heights, you got to do what? Reach to go to the lowest depths. You come up. And if you're down there, it's because I have made an error. Come on.
And it brings unrest,
It does.
misery.
It does.
It brings unrest and misery.
Yes. Yes.
Because when you make those mistakes,
Yes.
there's
Yes.
a certain, you should get a certain vibration
You should. Yes.
within you
Yes.
to allow you to say, wait a minute, what's going on? I mean,
Yes.
it gives you some, it sends you through some things.
Yes. Yes.
And then you can be in denial of
Yes,
what you're going through
yes,
and say, I'm gonna shake it off.
yes,
But that is well, listen to what you're saying. It's the warning sign
yes,
that something ain't right.
yes, yes. But the challenge is, because remember, I may not have become experienced enough to think that there's something other than what I am doing. And the result of what I'm doing is just the way it is.
That's not what the Bible says. When we make the same mistake over again,
Yes.
we're not learning nothing from that mistake, right?
If you're doing it over and over and over, you haven't learned the lesson by way of the error.
Yeah, right, okay.
See, the error teaches us.
That's right. That's right.
You know,
That's right.
we have to go back and look at we examine our hearts and we look at our errors.
Right.
How did I get caught up in this? Well, in my judgment, I erred. Based on what? The choice I made.
Same.
Where did that choice come? From the way I'm thinking. And you may think like that consistently, whereas you continue to make errors. And pretty soon, error becomes a way of life.
Yes. You fall by climbing.
You do, because you don't understand the condition that come from the erroneous way of thinking.
So that's why studying oneself
You
is
got
very
to.
important.
More. The conversation. Listen to the conversation between the high and the low in you.
That's right. And in the conversation,
Yes.
and you may have mentioned this a little earlier, that he makes his words in a similar
Yes.
The
Yes.
question then for you in that conversation,
Yes.
and Jesus showed us this,
Yeah.
when he was in the wilderness. What is, because the lower self is tempted,
Yes.
was using the semblance of truth.
Yes. 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 Yes.
But what
Yes.
Jesus had to identify was, well, who is this self appealing to, and
Yes.
who is that self appealing to?
Yes. Yes.
See, he was trying to appeal to Jesus, but from a carnal point
Yes.
of view,
Yes.
using, making his words in the semblance of truth,
Yes.
quoting scripture, quoting different things that he know that the angels would do and
Yes.
everything else.
Yes. Yes.
But his higher self had to ask,
Yes.
who is this?
Yes.
And he even did ask it once.
Yes.
Who is this man's test?
Well, that's the key. See here, look what he said. No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, look what he said. Who is it that demands
Yeah.
a test?
Good.
So what does that tell you about your lower self? It's what? It's demanding.
Yes.
See, that's a total different conversation.
Exactly.
You're having a conversation with yourself, and one demands.
Mm-hmm.
But Allah asking a still small voice.
That's the point.
See, you may hear the demand before you hear the still small voice, based on how you're thinking. Because remember, if we're in our carnal self, carnal man judge merit by the noise. So the noise may be more demanding and we may get more attention than the still small voice.
Yeah. And it's appealing
Yes.
to the carnal way of life.
Yes. And therein lies the what?
Conflict.
The conflict. There is the conflict. Yeah.
And the demand blocks out our reasoning.
Yes.
Because it stirs up our passion.
Yes. Yes.
The demand stirs it up.
There,
And it
yes.
allows us not to hear
Yes.
the voice because of
Yes.
our weaknesses and our emotions get stirred up.
Yes. Yes. And where is and when the weaknesses and emotions get stirred up, what happens to you?
We become unstable.
We do. And what else happens? You lose yourself.
Yes.
You lose self-control. Now, once you lose self-control, you are at the mercy of who? The lower self. And with its demanding self, it'll prompt you to respond to situations that you have not used any reason with.
Mm-hmm.
You function on impulse.
No question, because look, at that moment, at your weakest moment, when you're lacking self-control, here is a part of you that's demanding your obedience. It's demanding that you pay attention to me now. If you are in your emotions, you're not hearing, how can you hear? The still small voice that gives us the guidance to overcome the prompting of that lower nature.
Yes.
Right.
And you won't use your reason.
You won't heal. You want reason has gone out the door. You just want to justify your actions.
Yes.
And that's why when you try to explain why you did what you did, you sound crazy.
Yes.
Because there's no reasoning behind why you did what you did.
Narrow.
And then when I ask you why you do that, your only response can be, well, you know how I am.
Yeah.
So look at, I mean, because remember, you are paying attention to the moment that you're in conflict. They're talking to one another. Question is, what you gonna do?
And you made it, I hope the word was not overshadowed, overlooked. The moment.
The moment.
The moment.
Yes.
We gotta
Yes.
remember the moment.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
the vibration will change in the next.
Yes. Yes, Lord. Yes. Yes. So now, and that's the key. One of the keys. The moment that we're presently in. What must we acknowledge? What must we acknowledge? We must acknowledge what?
True.
We do. It has to be true. But what must we acknowledge in the moment? What must we acknowledge in the moment? Yes, 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 but you're making it so complicated.
The way we think.
Okay.
The way we think.
The way we thinking, yes. But does he not also tell us to consider the state thou art in?
Yes.
Yes.
You got to consider the state. The state is the what?
Condition.
The condition. You must identify the condition. So therefore, to identify the condition, you must do what?
Examine.
What must you do when you examine the condition?
We're gonna call remembrance to our.
You got to, yes. But it's something else you must do.
Speedy reference.
Once you identify it, but it's something else you must do.
Be honest with yourself.
You got to be honest. No question. It's no question. That's a part of it. What's the other part? What's the other part that you just said? Yes, but what's the other part? That's a part. What's the other part? Say it, Mo. Examine with care. You got to examine the condition that you're in. And if you are in an impulsive state, you are not acknowledging the condition you're in by using your what?
Reason.
Because and in that state, without using reason, nothing you do gonna be right.
But now to do all that, you gotta slow yourself up.
You got to.
Because, I mean, that's a lot to take in,
It is a lot,
you know.
but it's our way back home.
Yeah.
But that's the part of care. Examine with care.
Yes.
When you doing it with care, that means you can slow down.
Yes, yes,
Start thinking.
yes,
You
yes.
kind of gain some degree of control
That's right.
because you're about to make a choice.
That's right. That's right. You're thinking
Yeah.
before you're acting. See, you're not escaping from yourself. You got yourself in check. Because once you get out there with no reason, how can your actions be right? It's something, Mo.
Yeah.
It's something.
You gotta check that impulse.
And that's what makes the devil such a worthy foe.
Exactly.
Because he can get you to be impulsive.
Nature urges.
And it would, and exactly.
Nature urges.
That's right.
But didn't that Jesus give us that will?
No, Jesus didn't give us the will.
He did. The will to choose?
He didn't give us a will, Lord.
Allah gave you the will.
Read the book now. Read the book. Jesus he did a lot of good things for us, but certain things he didn't give us. All I did. Come on.
Islam. Pinnacle wisdom also says the wise continue to live in his first period.
Yes.
Is always beginning.
Right.
You know, and that's one of the things that I'm learning. Like you said, you gotta learn. The wise man, he won't examine with kid.
Right.
You know, but when I'm in my foolish state, I'm
Right.
impulsive. That's why I'm always constantly beginning.
Right.
So that instruction is very important.
Right.
You know, to always pay attention to that. Like you're saying, examine the kid, and also listen out to that semblance of truth.
Yeah.
Because when something is dictating you the semblance of truth,
Right.
you know, then that's when you get impulsive and say, I'm going with the first thing that I heard.
Right. Right.
You know, and that's when you always catch yourself getting it over and over again.
Right.
You gotta get some time.
That's right. See, remember, we have an entity that's real. We have a semblance or a false, unreal entity that we're dealing with.
Yeah, right.
One is real, one is not. Yet, the one is not has the ability to encourage us or influence us to give attention to the things that can be seen with the physical eye. It can prompt you to see what it influences you to see based on the thoughts that you're holding. So remember, the thoughts that you hold will be made manifest
That's right. That's right.
by
Right.
the one who has the most influence.
That's right.
Come on.
It's not crazy about on the prophet, on the members. You know, I did, you know, when I said one time, say vanity is powerful in the heart, man.
Right,
You know, I found something about envy.
right,
How envy,
right,
you understand, can assemble itself to truth.
right,
Envy can make you
Right.
boastful.
right,
It can make that ego jump
Right.
out you.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Can you tame it to your purpose?
right,
You know, because you say everywhere, speak the spirit.
right,
You know, and it allowed me dealing with my Lord self
right,
because I called on along at times.
right,
You know, and it made me humble myself to it. Because even before the secret do me harm, I had to humble myself.
right, right,
Because that harm can come in your family member, friend, you understand? And you got to address it still. You know, I had to address it. You know what I'm saying? But first I got to humble myself.
right,
You know, so something Allah can speak to me some type of way.
right,
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's a very piece of faith, man. It's not the body, nor the soul.
right. Well, see, the whole thing is, that's your conflict. That's your battle. That's your opponent. That's the one you fight. And with everything, when you're fighting that part of you, it also brings in its reinforcements. If you're not applying yourself, if you have no rule over your life, if you have not established into yourself principles of what will happen? What will happen? Then how can they be right? You have not established anything. You'll go with what's going to be presented to you that has the most impact on your movement. So now the question is, make sure that we're not vulnerable to the influence that comes from us not thinking.
It's not. It's not.
Be careful what we entertain. Certain entertainments are designed to stop you from thinking.
It's not. It's not.
That's why they put emphasis on it. Because the emphasis is placed to get your what? Attention. And if your attention is the pilot that conducts you to the port of truth, if you're not being attentive, you're off course. You're off course. You are rudderless. You know what it is to not have a rudder, right?
Yeah. The semblance of truth.
That's right. rudderless. You are now being governed by what you think perhaps
It's the truth.
is true. You haven't lived the life according to the religion so that you will know the truth.
It's not.
See, Islamism, like I have shared with you all before, that helps us to know.
That's right. That's right. Come on.
If you don't practice it, you don't know the truth. And Islamism is just a way of life.
That's what it is. That's it.
Yeah.
What is a method or to help change your appetite or to deter the desire?
Well, you know, the desire can be present. It's going to be present. See, sometimes what we don't know is that we feed certain desires. And we don't even be conscious
That's right.
that we're doing it. Sometimes we give attention to stuff that feeds a desire in us for that thing. We may not go right out and grab it, but it's enough of it in us to attract to us other portions of that that get in because we're not paying
Attention.
He says, guard thyself
That's right.
That's right.
at all times.
Come on.
All times. And if you're not on guard, that means there's an area open that you're not giving the proper attention to.
Change your appetite?
Huh?
You need to change your
It's no,
appetite.
you need to change the thought about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't do anything with appetite until you change that thought about it.
That's right.
Because there's something that's appealing in that thought that causes you to move in that direction.
It's not.
Yes.
Okay, ill and discovered.
It's one of the things that the prophet is teaching us in that regard is striving for purity in life.
Yeah.
Purity depletes your desire for the carnal. See, we know that it teaches us using the tools in the workshop of the mind. We're trying to cut away the naughty uses and ungainly thoughts.
That's right. Come on. That's
When
right.
you're doing that, the purification process is in place because now with purity, you're not looking so much to those appetites and desires.
Yeah.
You're creating, initially trying to create some type of balance.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then
Come on.
with the principles, you create a control.
Yeah.
So turning from sin and striving, and that's the point. It's striving.
That's right.
You get that desire, they're not gonna go nowhere long as be in this flesh.
Right.
They'll pop up every 5 minutes.
Yes, it will.
You gotta have some control and have that change of thought of higher things. The purification process is so important for us.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because it won't let us allow the carnal self to bound us down so much.
Yeah.
It's actually helping us to ascend
Yeah.
because you're lifting those weights of this carnal world off of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what the purification process
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
It gets that what we put in us out.
Yeah.
And we gotta clean it up.
Yeah.
That's right. It's not.
That's right. No, brother, Harris.
Well, I was thinking where there's the least a person be,
Come on.
Yeah.
suspect the greatest of danger.
Yeah.
And most of the time when I think about that, I think about where there's the least a person evil when it comes to us,
Yeah.
within us.
Yeah.
See, because sometimes we call evil to us,
It's
Yeah.
not.
and we don't realize it.
Yeah.
But we always need to be alert to that,
Yeah.
because it's not always the gigantic
Yeah.
case that engulfs us.
Yeah.
It's the one that least appears,
Yeah.
the one that doesn't give the appearance that is no harm,
Right.
no foul.
That's
right.
But then once you get involved, it engulfs you, and you
That's
see
right.
that you have created a monster.
That's right.
You know, so
Right.
that's something that I think about. Just thought about Brother Reed.
Yeah. But you know, I tell you, you have to, it is necessary or it is required that you think about these things because we are in a continuous battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We can't relax.
No. No. Come on.
We are in a continuous battle.
Yes, we are.
Even as we're sitting in here.
Yes. Yes. Man.
Yes.
Man.
Mm.
Come on.
I'm gonna throw y'all
Okay,
about the compass.
okay,
You take the compass,
Okay.
go sharp with a line and go draw a circle around your passion and desire.
okay,
Keep it righteous, keep it in check.
okay.
Don't
Okay.
strive for purity in life.
Okay,
It's-
okay, that's good, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Come on.
It's not necessary, though. You know, see, he has not given us, good, I'm gonna say it, try to get it, good without his mixture.
Admit to people, right,
Okay?
yeah,
We gave us means of throwing it all,
that's right,
okay?
that's right.
Because it come in, like I said, 1,000 at a time sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
It rushes in,
yeah,
you know, and that thought, you might don't get attend to it now,
right,
but it can show itself at any time.
that's no question.
Yeah,
No
okay?
question. That's good. And remember, what he also teaches us about evil, because he knows that we are in the midst of it, and many others deal with it.
Yes, sir.
But evil is not requisite to
It's not, it's not, it's
man. And he let us know we can throw it off.
It's not.
Because good is our power.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, it's not,
that's
it's
right.
not,
Good is our power.
it's not.
And besides, evil is what?
One of good.
It is. But yes, it is opposite. But if it's opposite, it's what?
It's illusion.
It's illusion.
That's all.
Yeah,
It's not.
It's illusion.
it's not what it's called.
No, it's art. I mean, it's no.
No,
It's no. In the light of no. Oh, it's
No.
all. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, evil. But evil helps us to understand what. What does evil help us to understand?
Weaknesses.
It does. But what is evil the opposite of?
Right.
So how would you know good if you did not know evil?
You have nothing compared with.
You how would when he who knows well his lower self knows the illusion?
Right.
It's not.
It's not.
And so if you got to know your lower self to know the illusions, you can imagine what you're coming in contact with.
Wait.
That's the whole thing. The whole thing.
Look what you're coming in contact with. To look what he said. He who knows
Know.
well.
Yeah. No, she's not.
That means you done some things
Yeah. You saw it.
that has bred hatred, slander, lewdness, murders, theft, and everything that harms. For you to know it, you must have been what you have known.
That's right. It's not.
Come on here.
And with that, remember what he speaks about in chapter on weakness.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know it, but while we're in this flesh, you don't have all the strength.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So that's when you use reason,
Yes.
you strive,
Yes.
you call on Allah and the prophet,
Yes.
It's not.
you call on the angel, anybody that can help you.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, we know it, we identify.
Yes.
Man, this thing got me.
Yes.
You know it got you.
Yeah.
But I ain't strong enough to shake it.
Okay. That's right.
I need some help.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
That's right.
That's
Need some
right.
help.
That's right. That's right. And look what he and there, look. And we have at our command
Mm.
cherubim and seraphim.
Yes. It's not.
You know, that rule the station of the sun and spirit of the mighty Allah who rules the solar stars. And they are our what? Protectors and our guide. All we got to do is call them.
That's
But
it.
see, we got to accept and have faith that we can call them.
That's right. It's not.
Come on.
See, because what you gonna do when you're confronted with something? It takes courage to get yourself grounded where you can call on the spirits that we have at our command.
Come on. Come on, my man. It's not. It's not.
It takes courage. Because that part of you saying you know they really don't exist.
Yeah.
That's when you gotta subdue that one that is beyond them all.
It's no question.
That advantage you keep
It's no question.
What you saying, you ain't trying to ask for no help. You think you got this thing. You know what I mean?
What ain't,
Either that or doubt.
that's right.
That's it.
Doubt will tell you
That's
that they ain't gonna help you.
No.
That's what they hey, come on. Won't doubt do that?
Yes, it will.
They ain't gonna help you.
Yeah.
All that stuff you was there ain't helping you.
Yeah, that's right. Where was it? Where was it when you got yourself in the situation?
Yeah.
I mean, now comes the conflict or the conversation intensifies.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
See, it gets some intensity in it now.
Yeah.
It was just a general conversation,
Yeah.
but
Show
now it's
yourself.
taken on another degree.
Yeah, show
That's
yourself.
it.
Come on.
It's the prayer. It's the prayer. It's the prayer that protects you, that saves you, that directs you. You give your 100% to that prayer, and you can live a life. Live a life. It's life.
That's a help along the way. Prayer, definitely some help. Yeah.
But remember, to call in the spirits that help, to call the spirits forth, or to bring the spirits forth that helps to activate that prayer, you must be in a certain state yourself.
You better be.
That's right.
That's
That's right.
So you can't be playing with
No,
this.
that's right. I can't blame you.
Right.
You can't be playing with this.
No.
He's waiting on you.
Go ahead.
Because in faith, belief is, they lost in each other.
Right,
They
right,
lost in each other. You may think you believe in something,
right.
when it show itself, really, it's gonna let you know you got the faith to battle with this.
Yeah,
If you ain't there, man, I can say you will sink into nothing,
yeah,
messing with that, because it'll kill you.
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about? You're dying now, lose.
yeah,
You were dying.
yeah. But then go back to your practice of your religion.
It's not.
Your religion, it's don't you know, your religion gives you the confidence to confront yourself in the first place?
It's not.
Come on. Because your religion gives you the opportunity to prove the strength of a law-made man.
That's right. That's his way.
They teach them religion, you have a happy
Come
devil.
on,
Yeah, that's all.
In you.
but you got to practice
In you.
because you'll know. I know if I can do this instead of that, I can make it.
Yes. And so part of it,
And you got that. You got that patience.
so when we come to our meetings, our Friday meetings, or Sunday school, we practice our religion.
It's no question.
That's part
That's a part of it. That's right. Because what are you developing?
of
The
it.
relationship.
A relationship, strength. What else? Consistency,
That's confident.
confidence, and most importantly, a habit.
Yes.
A habit.
Right.
You're making this a habit. A habit is something that you do over and
That's right.
over and over until it becomes so ingrained in you
Right.
that if you miss a beat, it affects you.
It's not.
Come on.
One of the things that Brother Lee understands, he knows our determination.
Yes.
Before it's made.
Yes.
So when we do go to him,
Yeah.
he already knows.
Yeah.
Whether we right or wrong.
Yeah.
Whether we sincere, whether
That's
we
right.
humble, whether we sincere,
Yeah.
he knows.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm learning in this movement is the best thing to do when you do go,
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah.
That's, it's not.
Don't try to be no more than what you are. Because he already know.
You already know.
They already.
And how do you know he know, baby?
Because he knows all.
That's right.
And
What
he's
does,
in, and he's in us.
that's right. And what does the book say, baby?
First, the secret.
Thank you.
Every heart.
There you go.
It's
Thank
not.
you.
It's not.
Thank
I believe it. It's not.
Thank you.
It's not.
See, remember, what we're also doing in here is developing our ability to use the language.
Crazy.
Because every word he speaks is what?
Sure.
So when we're in here, we're now learning to talk in these spirits.
That's right.
Right. That's right.
Yes.
It's not.
And once we start talking in the spirits, we start to do what?
Speak.
Yes, but what else do we do?
Yes.
Yes, we ascend.
Yes. That's
That's
it.
it.
Now we are no longer finite minded. And we're able to begin to comprehend some of those things infinite.
It's not.
So it's good that we're using the language.
Mhm.
Because when you hear certain things, the book talks to you and you say it.
That's right.
See, the book is talking.
Mhm.
And under the book, and when we listen to the book gives us what?
Got it.
Guidance. It gives us guidance And it helps us to understand the gift
Yes.
of the understanding.
Yes.
Reinforcement.
Yeah, it reinforces it. That's right, sir. But you're only worthy of it if you practice. Because it is application that anoints you with all wisdom. So you're going to get exactly what your hand is calling for.
Mhm.
No more,
No
no less. Yes,
I was thinking earlier when you was talking about religion as a way of life.
yes,
So if, like you said, we practice,
yes,
you know,
yes,
we live in it,
yes,
you know.
yes.
I mean, it's not like Bro Potter Bay said, we come to the temple
Yes,
on Friday and Sunday. That's
Yeah.
a part of it.
that's right.
But it's
Right.
also a part when we leave the temple.
That's right.
You know,
That's
we
right.
may be trying to be in our high self here in the temple,
Right.
but you have to hold that thought outside
That's
the temple.
right. That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
And that's where most of the practice is done.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, living it,
Right.
you know, being it,
Right.
walking it.
Right.
You know, and as you do that on a daily basis,
Right.
like you said, it becomes habit.
Yes.
You know,
Mhm.
it becomes the way of life.
Yes.
You know, you live in it. You
Yes.
know, it's not like you trying it now and then you're doing something else.
Yes,
And then you're
that's
trying it and then you're
That's
doing
right.
something else.
That's right. That's right.
You know, you have to
Yeah, but
constantly
That's right. Be
live
consistent.
it.
Be
truth
consistent.
don't change. Truth don't
Be
change.
consistent. You've got to be consistent. Because if you want to be crowned, you must be constant in that which is what?
Right, right.
You have to develop a consistency in your practice of doing what's right. You're not always gonna do, we can always do better.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Always room for.
Yeah, it's always room for improvement.
Yes, sir.
That's what the wise man does.
That's what he does.
Labor in vain.
He does.
Yes.
He does. And you'll start to realize something else on this path. You'll notice that you don't talk as much.
No. I hear you.
Speak the word.
The reason being because you become more reflective.
Mhm.
And when you reflect, you keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
You're thinking about things now. You're just not talking. You're thinking about things. And then what happens is the condition presents itself for you to talk about the things from the higher nature that you have been reflecting upon. And he will put the person in your presence that is what's needed to be talked about.
Yes.
You ever notice how sometimes we'll see each other, or we may talk to one another, and we may get into a brief, in-depth conversation?
Right.
Well, that's because we're traveling along the path, and we're receiving the same type of thoughts,
That's right.
and the degree that's most appropriate to our growth and development.
Yeah.
And it's based on the understanding.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he lets us know we communicate to the ignorant for
Yes.
their own instruction.
Yes.
We communicate to the wise for our own improvement.
Yes.
So we are sharing
Yes.
so that we can get better.
Yes.
Because better conversations help each other
Yes.
to be able to grasp a portion of the understanding of
Yes.
what we're working with.
Yes. More, just like you say, babe, it's reciprocal help
And
and
mutual obligation, that's right. Praise
Yeah.
God.
Come on.
It's not, it's the elderly gentleman that rides with me daily, he's on my bus, and one time I asked him, I said, how you doing today, sir? And he said, it could be better, or it could be worse.
Yeah.
And you know what came to mind, I
What?
shared with him? I said, we are creators, we create our own.
That's right.
And he hesitated for a minute. Then he said, how about that, son?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that like those things like that take place for you when you're given the opportunity to utter the word of truth. That's what you should do. Because that was your opportunity
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
put the truth out there.
Yeah.
Come on,
And,
you.
and as the Koran teaches us,
Yes.
you know, it talk much is a foolishness to follow.
Yes.
So you uttered some wise sentences. Wise sentences are uttered in due season.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
important.
Yes.
The principle, and just sticking with the idea about talking too much.
Yeah.
Our principles help us to keep control
Yes.
from talking too much.
Yes.
See, when the whole Koran, if we look at the Koran
Yes.
and continue to study it in depth, the Holy Koran is teaching us not to talk so much.
Yes. 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 Yes.
You speak words of truth, but you don't talk so much.
Yes.
It's about having control.
Yes.
Because when you're talking a lot, you out of control.
Yes.
That's what your lower self wants you to do.
Yes.
Because then you're not focused.
Yes.
Your conversations are all over the place.
Yes.
Foolishness and folly.
Making it words and the symbols of truth. You're just going on and on.
Yes.
You gotta gain control.
Got it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to know why is it. I mean, you come to Sunday school, exercise your 5 senses.
Yes.
So why is this all this criticism? I mean, where is it that talking so much? I mean, I want to know.
Let me ask you this. Is that what you heard?
Yes, I would like to hear.
It's for you. If you heard it, it's for you. Since you want to know.
Speaking on
Well,
it.
wait a minute. Since you want
If
to
it
know,
was,
it's
man,
for, wait a
speak it
minute.
on
Since you want to know, it's for you because you're the only one commented on it.
Why bring it up?
Because it's for you.
See, I'm thinking about the outside that
No,
want to come in.
it's for you.
They
You
worry
heard
about
it.
criticizing.
No, you heard that. Ain't nobody heard that but you.
But that's what he just read.
It's for you. You heard it. You commented on it.
Man, we on TV. I heard what he
The
said.
point is, you heard it. No one else went in that direction but you.
Yeah, but that criticizing, man. Yeah.
But that's what you heard. Yeah.
Islam, Moors, Islam for a minute. Look. This right here, this is it. We come to order. Other than that, you hear the instructor, and the instructor is instructing. So we all want to help each other out, and the instructor is helping out. So let the instructor instruct. If he need help, he know how to get it. So remember, like you said, we are on TV. We are not only local, we are nationwide. If we use this literature, one of the things that the prophet said that the only thing that hurts a duck is his bill. It's something that what hurts people is they talk too much. We can find that right here. That's the prophet talk. So we want to try to do what we can, and we're not in here to harm anybody. We only trying to help.
That's it, Mo.
Okay.
That's
And,
it, Mo.
and you come in here, you say you want to learn, then you gotta have courage enough for truth.
That's number one.
You gotta have the courage. Ain't about no feelings. Cause ain't nobody gonna curtail what they're saying if they're saying the truth just because your feelings might get hurt. It ain't about feelings. It's about being able to accept the truth.
That's right.
If you don't want to accept it, then maybe you're not ready.
That's right.
But the truth got to be told.
Yeah, so,
The message is for everybody, not just for 1 or 2 people. It's for everybody that's in here.
Yes, because we all got a lower self.
We all got a lower self.
And that's who we talking to.
That's who we're talking to.
One wise word.
It's
Like
not.
75 years.
It's not.
So the whole thing is, grow up.
It's not.
You know, we got to grow. We can't study our growth because of our feelings. Come on.
Yes, ma'am. We was talking about self-control.
Yes.
Bro Chase Hill spoke about, talking too much.
Yes.
And he said, when you studying yourself
Yes.
and you think, you don't talk as much.
Right.
Come on.
Right? And I was thinking, when we practicing self-control,
Yes.
we trying to watch ourselves,
Yes,
our lower self from escaping ourselves.
yes,
So we trying to, like you say, not talk so much because we trying to watch what we say.
right,
Yes.
You know, when you just open your mouth without thinking,
yes,
stuff comes out.
yes,
And a lot of times it's that lower self jumping out.
yes,
So we try to hold our tongue
right,
in self-control
right,
to watch
right,
what we're saying.
right,
Peace.
right,
Mhm.
right. Come on.
Is also one of the things that I'm learning in the Quran, especially at the top of the page, it always say divine instructions.
Right,
And I'm learning, like, for myself,
right,
I'm learning that I gotta learn how to heal without my passions.
right,
You know, because the instructions that's in the Quran speaks directly to me. It's not speaking to nobody else. That's why it's a lot of the beginning of some of the instructions says, "Oh man." When you look up the word, the one letter O,
right,
it means speaking directly to the reader,
Right.
or the one is being directed to.
Right.
So when the Quran tell me I'm weak and ignorant,
Right.
I gotta be able to hear without my passions because that's talking to me. I'm the one that's true, false, and estranged. So I have to understand that and learn how to heal without my own passions, because now I can't even receive the blessing that the Quran is trying to give me,
right,
because it's speaking directly to me.
That's right.
And it's go all the way back to the beginning of Sunday school.
right,
The conflict. When these two cells meet, they gonna meet when you read the lessons.
right.
Because when the lessons is telling you to do this and your lower self is commanding you to do that,
Yeah,
that's when the conflict gonna come.
that's right.
So in order for me to even begin to digest what the prophet is saying,
Right,
you know, the prophet tells us all most Americans what? Must keep their hearts and minds pure, and their bodies clean water. And that is a practice. I have to practice that every day. So when I do come to Sunday school and Friday Holy Day, I can leave out of here and guess what? My heart will stay pure, because now I'm understanding of that's something I gotta fight, because soon when I leave out this door, the conflict gonna come. Somebody gonna cut me off, somebody gonna do something that I don't like, and then guess what? Now, that's when we have to wrestle with the higher self and the lower self and start saying, okay, when these two meet, where's my lower self trying to take me to and from?
right,
You know, but I gotta always come back to what the prophet said,
right,
you know, about keeping my heart and mind pure and fluid.
right.
And that's the blessing of coming to Sunday school when I'm learning over and over again. When people say, we come here every weekend to energize. And we just gotta learn how to practice holding that thought, like we always say. Peace.
And remember, just to bring this to your attention too, it's not only going to come to you when you get out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to come to you while you're here,
Before you get out.
before you get out there. Because remember, didn't I say earlier, we are always in a continuous
Yeah.
conflict?
Yes, continues.
It doesn't cease.
That's right. That's right.
Come on.
Because nature urges people.
Yes.
Constantly.
Yes, yes,
When these things start to, show yourself you want to boost of it,
yeah,
or you want to just make yourself known, okay, you'll be held accountable. Remember that. You're going to be held accountable if you're coming out with those steaming thoughts or the tempted thoughts. It will jump at you and grab you. Then you're like, this is a foe you must fight now. You got to fight this foe. Like, you know what the moderator I said? I got to continue to study myself. If I think that I got it, okay, you can stop or you can study yourself again. Because it's some more. We got to know about this, about self, man. Know thyself and thy Father God Allah.
Praise God.
and that's that. I mean, the lesson, huh? Did you learn the lesson? Did you see the lesson beyond the noise? Did you learn the lesson? Because the lesson has been it has been a continuous thought being prompted and urged in here for the purpose of us to learn the lesson.
That's right. That's right.
We're here to learn the lesson.
That's number one.
Don't get caught up in the noise.
Mhm.
What lesson did you learn? That's the key. Come on, Abdul Crawford.
It's the Koran, the book says about talking. pride of emptiness is an abomination, and to talk much is the foolishness of folly.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, it is the part of wisdom to hear with patience their impertinence,
Yes.
and to pity their absurdity.
Yes.
That's what the book says on top.
Yeah, that's what book says.
Yeah, so ain't nobody in here saying nothing about talk. They self.
That's
You
right.
talking about what the Koran say
Right.
about talk.
Right.
That's right.
Right. Right. Come on, man.
But one thing too, but yeah, and this is what we gotta all learn. We often say we all have a portion of understanding that we have.
Right.
And
Yeah.
even in the portion of understanding we
Yeah,
have,
right.
those we all here, we all are learning something in dealing with that portion because we have to deal with accommodate ourselves to all.
Right.
And what I'm learning is you have to be patient with all of us. We have to be patient with one another
Right.
based on the understanding we have.
Right.
And sometimes we can have a thing going and then we can go into it.
Right.
But at the same time, it may not be meant for us to have a lot of comments about it
Right.
because the lesson has already been exposed to us.
Right.
See, there's no need to teach no more about that because we've already seen it.
Right.
See, what we have to do now is teach ourselves to let that thing marinate
Yeah.
and move to the next phase.
Right.
Let it marinate because it's already been addressed.
Right.
And that's something we have to keep. That's a lesson.
Right.
When to let it marinate and let it be and move to the next phase.
Right.
Because if we continue to happen, we continue to give it energy.
Right.
That's right. It's not money.
Come on, just one last thing in this regard. You know, Jesus taught the 4 toys,
Right.
Yes.
and one of the things he told them that they had to do, and the same thing we have to do when we come in here, or anytime we're trying to study the truth, you gotta be open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You tell them to open the windows of their heart.
That's right. It's not.
So you gotta be open so the truth will come in.
Right.
It's not.
But when
That's
you're
right.
not open, it's not getting in.
Gotta be open, that's right.
So just stay open, that's all.
Right.
That's right.
Praise
And remember, when you're in here and we are in a discourse, speak in sincerity.
That's all.
That's right.
You'll hear it.
That's right.
It's all.
You'll hear him speak. Come on, Mark.
This is all man. See, before we got our course, Allah directed me to read something in the Holy Koran, back when we was talking about religion. And it said, this is from the Holy Instruction from the Prophet, the insufficiency of knowledge. And this came from Instruction 21. It said, without see thy intellects more plainly, view it out thy devotions. To what end was religion instituted, but to teach thee thy infirmities, remind thee of thy weakness, and to show thee from heaven alone art thou the hope of good.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah. Right. Right. And that's a statement with what you just said about, and I can hear what you're saying, but it's not, it's inaccurate. When it was said, we got off course.
Yes.
Oh,
We've never been off course.
oh, praise,
Praise
praise.
God.
We've been on course the whole time. We have always stayed within the course of discussion.
That's right.
Now, what comes from that course of discussion sometimes manifests.
It's not.
Oh,
So in the course of discussion, there are manifestations, but they all contribute to the course.
Yeah, like you said, the lesson.
It's the damn, huh?
It was a lesson in all of that.
Yes,
It was a lesson for all of us.
yes,
And all of that.
Mo, look, it's all about infinite wisdom.
That's all.
We're raising our thoughts
Yes. That's
to be able to identify
the truth.
wisdom.
That's it.
It is.
Come on.
It's not. I don't know. Brother Harry said, when you come to this door,
Yeah,
you bring your high self and you bring your low self.
no question.
It's not.
So you're not exempt.
Right.
That's
When
right.
you come in Sunday school,
That's right.
when you come in Friday holiday service, you're not exempt that the Lord self stay out.
That's right.
You know, it travels with you all the time.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Come on, sir.
Because it's armed. You know, I can go back to Revolution. He got Revolution.
Right.
You know, he was all or nothing.
Right.
Okay, then okay, then you got to still fight about it. But you must know
Right.
now, you know, about this lower self, this, you know, that man is truth and falsehood, strangely mixed with this.
Right.
That's not what man is truth and falsehood. Even witty, speaking the truth.
Right, right,
Kenny be steady with himself.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Because you still gonna be tested
right,
all the way up.
right,
All the way up to it. You be tested.
right,
Like you said, in here, you being tested.
right. Well, look, it's better to be in here
Ooh.
to identify certain events that occur,
Yes.
so that we can recognize them when we see them outside.
You better be.
Because the lessons is not just for in here.
That's right.
Hey, life.
The lesson is to help you to identify the same type of condition that you may find yourself in the world of illusion.
That's right.
You got to remember to use what you learned in here
That's
out there.
That's right. Truth don't change. Truth don't change.
And one thing we often talk about, Brother Lee, is holding the
Holding
thought.
the thought.
What's on the thought that we open this meeting and guided according to the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Yes.
We, no matter what goes on, we
Yes.
must hold the thought.
Yes, man.
And that's the key.
That's the key.
And that's our lesson.
Yes,
Because this is just one event
right,
that may be many.
right,
The key is, can we hold the thought?
right,
That we open this meeting according to the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and God.
right, right,
And that's what we've been tested with.
right, right.
I was with.
Come on.
This is this quick, I just thought about the Southern Brotherhood.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you think?
There wasn't no whole lot of talking up in there.
Right,
I don't think,
right. Come on, man.
I remember, I think it was last week,
Right.
Sunday school,
Right,
how you were talking about communication. Communication, you gotta be very careful on how you communicate.
right.
It's not in here and out there. Like she said, you gotta look within too, a lot of time, open the windows of your heart. Let that flow in, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, you know, we trying to strive towards a life
That's right.
peace.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, man,
That's right.
It's a blessing, Lord. It's a blessing.
Energy.
It's a blessing. Yeah.
because what that should do is strengthen the relationship that binds it.
It's not about
You know, that's what it should be doing.
That's right.
Ain't no thing. This ain't outside.
That's
Right.
right.
It's
You know?
moments.
I ain't got to. You ain't gonna make no move.
That's right.
I ain't got to worry about that. Because if we're all striving for purity in life,
Right.
we all want for our brother what we want for ourselves.
That's right.
Sometimes it comes a certain way,
That's right.
but it's not because it's there to hurt you. It's there because of the love that people have for you. They're trying to give you some love,
That's it. That's it.
so that you can take it when you get it. All right, look, man.
Take one for the team.
where we need to be.
Take one for the team.
No problem.
Say it again.
I say we learning to know.
That's what we do.
That's it. That's it, Carl.
That's what we're doing. And we're learning how to be able to, we're learning tolerance,
Yes. Patience.
we're learning patience.
Take some.
Learn how to listen.
And listen.
Yeah, learn how to listen,
Right.
no question. And we're coming into the acceptance that God is in each and every one of us.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we also, in this moment, we're proving.
Yes,
We're proving the strength.
yes.
Can't get it nowhere. Can't get it nowhere else.
We're proving it.
Yeah, we're proving. Yeah,
That's why some
Oh.
things come up
yeah,
in order for us to prove.
we're proving. Yeah, yeah,
Praise the Lord.
This one I'm gonna show you.
yeah, yeah.
I wanted to comment on what Bro Dixon Neal was saying about we being in the temple.
Yeah.
And then you in your house self,
Yeah,
your thoughts, and then you go outside and somebody cuts you off.
yeah,
Okay? Brother Harris Bay spoke about holding the thought.
yeah,
See, that's part of our practice.
yes,
So when we go out in the world
yeah,
and we confronted with situations,
yeah,
you know, that's the time when we have to remember
yeah,
who we are.
yeah.
That's
You know,
time to use it.
We have to use those moments because we're gonna have them.
Yep.
We're gonna have those moments and many of them.
Right.
You know, moments where we have to, things inside of us is gonna flare up.
Right.
That's right.
And you gotta make a choice.
Right.
You got a decision to make.
Right.
You know, the high self telling you, hold fast.
Right.
The lower self saying, don't let it go.
Right.
Get them, get them.
Right.
You know, and you wrestling
That's right.
in that moment.
That's right.
And you like, I want to get them, I want to get them. But then we was talking about the result.
Right.
You know? So if you hold with that high self,
Right.
you safe.
Right.
If you go with what that lower self say, get them, don't let them go, you got yourself in trouble.
Right. So what's in the middle? What's in the middle?
The conflict.
Here,
The
what's
conflict.
But what's in the middle?
Doubt.
What is the medium? What is the medium of the conflict? What is the medium between the conflict?
Is it true?
Remember, it's your soul.
That's it. It's not.
What does the devil want?
Your
soul.
Like I like what he was saying, but he was saying in both spirits, the whole, the thought.
Right.
But the problem is not in the possession, it's in the use.
That's right.
It can be in the low as well as the high. Use it.
Hey, if he got that,
What do you say?
if he can recall that,
Use it.
that lets you know there's no failure for the human soul.
Come on.
And remember, we all are trying to gain control of our soul. Now I'm not going to say nothing that they talking. My soul tells me, oh, they give him a chance to finish. But the other part is saying, man, what are they doing? You see what I'm saying?
Come on.
So, and remember, this down the go. But remember, babe, what we were talking about when we first started the conversation. It was about the conversation between the high and the low. That was the direction today. The conversation between the high and the low. In you, in me.
Being able to hear the conversation.
Being able to hear it. And being able to utilize what comes from the still small voice that breathes justice, mercy. Right. Because you're gonna get bread, it's gonna be breeding hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, and everything that harms too.
Come on.
That's the key. The key is being able to grab control of yourself and make the proper what? The choice and adjustment.
Jesus said, man, come out at will. He can go through the high step at will.
Yeah. He said that too. So I gotta go.
Okay, well, you just can't neglect your present concern.
Oh, let me read that. Yeah.
You can't neglect it wherever it is.
Let's go real quick. I'm gonna read from the Holy Koran. Thank you. Okay. By the Prophet Noble Dua. The industrious acts of the Muslims of Northwest and Southwest Africa. These are the Moabites, Hamathites, Canaanites, who were driven out of the land of Canaan by Joshua and received permission from the pharaohs of Egypt to settle in that portion of Egypt. In later years, they formed themselves kingdoms. These kingdoms are called this day Morocco, Algiers, Tunis, Tripoli, etc. Peace.
Peace.
Islam. I'd like to thank our grand sheikh and moderator, our brother, man, and friend, for a very stimulating class. And I'd like to thank you all for your participation. And at this time, I'll call for the Assistant Grand Governor of Washington, D.C., Sister D. Jones Bay, to read our proclamation. And while the proclamation is being read, please give the reading your undivided attention and please cease all movement, please.
Islam.
Islam.
I give praise to Allah and honor to His holy prophet, Noble Ali, and honor to this our Sunday school and Koran class. Prophet warns all Muslims, governors ordered to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical, agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are for love, truth, peace, and freedom, and when these principles are violated, justice then must take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings towards the temple or the prophet, or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card, button, cease wearing their turban or fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet, Noble Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet therefore is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sins. By order of Prophet Noble Ali. Peace.
Peace.
Islam, Lord. Islam. I'd like to thank our sister Father love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day. Through his holy prophet,